Yo, what's up lads and ladies? It's me, your boy Alex, back once again with another video. And this time, we're going to be talking about the new and upcoming Identisk Island events, and just some general stuff in the New Age patch. If you've watched some of my older videos, this style of video will be just kind of similar. I did a lot of these for like Savior and Hyperburn and stuff like that. So it's just going to be like a general sort of like deep, well, not deep, it's like an overview of like the upcoming stuff, and then we'll get deeper videos as these events come live on our server. But yeah, like you've probably seen this stuff before if you watch my server stuff. If not, then you know, just sit back, relax and chill. Same as last time I did something like this. I do just want to say a big thanks to Orange Mushroom Max, and then X3 Aaron Steve. Thanks very much for like giving us info on these in the past, boys, giving us videos on all the events and like written like translations of KR patch notes, so I can do stuff like this. So big thanks to you boys, because it wouldn't be possible without you. And yeah, we're gonna get into that. So the first part is going to be Identisk exploration, which is basically just a daily login. You open the UI and you'll see like a bunch of tracks and stuff on the screen. You just need to click the basic button to complete your basic UI. This will give you 500 coins and a stamp. And that stamp will obviously give you a item reward based on how many stamps you have. If you miss a day, you can catch up by spending Maple points, the same as every other reward track, basically. And there is also a second tab to this UI. And this is the deep exploration. When you do the deep exploration, you need to kill monsters once per day, up to 3 times per week. And this will give you better enhancement rewards. So things like black flames, and there's some cubes in there, some nodes, there's some very pog stuff. But this is like a second track, right? Which basically kill monsters. The first one, all you need to do is log in, which is very, very pog, very, very pog. Next, as part of the Iden third of this event, we have the Iden food storage. Now, this is the very first version of 3 versions of this food storage event during the New Age patch. And this version is based on the Ice Island, so Iden. And it's a reskin of the Strawberry Farm event that we haven't had in GMS. If you don't know what Strawberry Farm is, essentially you go in with as many EXP boosters as you can, and you have a set amount of monsters you can kill in a set amount of time, and they give you a nice big chunk of EXP. It scales to your level, it scales to everything, up to level 260. This goes from level 101 to 260, so keep that in mind. If you are over 260, you cannot enter it. If you level up to 260 inside, once you finish killing off your allotted monsters, you'll be kicked out. But yeah, keep that in mind. And there'll be 3 versions. We'll cover the other 2 versions as we get to those in part of the event. The second event of the Iden Island is the Aqua Adventure. And this is a 101 plus mini game for EXP. You and 2 others, either 2 friends, party members, randoms, guildies, it's a cross-world thing. You'll become sea otters, and you go diving for fish and food. You use a harpoon to kill some fish, and eventually you'll get to like this giant like ghost, like pianus at the bottom, like ice guy. And you'll just get a bunch of like EXP and stuff through this. There's also some cosmetics you can get by doing the event enough times, which will look kind of cute, nice little outfit, bits and bobs, stuff like that. That's the Aqua Adventure. After that, we then have the Iden Buddies. Now, Iden Buddies is basically just a old event style capping skill, but they don't give us coins anymore, they just give us EXP. And you essentially just go to a mob map, you kill a bunch, you charge up this gauge, and then you'll get a big like boo, like proc, and then it'll give you some EXP. It's a set number of times you can do this per day. You don't have to cap it out if you don't want to. It is literally just an extra thing for people that are grinding, which is pretty nice. At this point, after like a couple weeks of the event will swap to part 2 of its cycle. And this is being based on the Tisk Island. Now, Tisk Island is the tropical island that was slammed together with the other half, so half hot, half cold, like theming. As mentioned before, the Tisk area of the food storage is slightly different to the Iden version. So the Tisk version has the same Strawberry Farm reskin bonuses, but every time you kill 200 monsters in the food storage, it will spawn a Tisk Island Soul Urda monster, which is this kind of like little elite mob guy, and he'll waddle around, and once you kill him, he'll give you a nice, like, large chunk of EXP, so it's just a little extra bit just to get while you're doing this part of the food storage. We then have the Tisk Tropical Smash, which is another event in the Tisk area. And it's essentially just a Punchking, but it gives EXP, which is kind of weird. Once you enter, you have like a buff up room as normal. It's like a 2-minute thing. And then there's 6 stages, and it caps out at 1,150. I'm not used to saying like 1,150. It just sounds weird, right? 1,150. And it rewards you EXP. If you enter and you don't get a high score, you can still claim the EXP and then re-enter, cap it out, and get the rest of your EXP. And this can be done once per day throughout the Tisk Island section. And then we also have the Tisk Island Tropical Adventure, which is basically just like, I don't really know how to describe it other than Fruit Ninja. If you know what that is, it's like a mobile game where you like slice up a bunch of fruit and stuff, right? But this one, instead of using like a samurai sword to slice fruit, we're the otters again, and we are shooting like a bunch of seagulls that have all of the food. And you're basically just shooting all of these like food away from the seagulls so we can eat it ourselves. And there's like a point bonus you have to get, and once you hit that bonus, you'll be done. There's a bunch of cosmetics we can get from this, as well as some EXP, and it can be done 1 time per day, up to 3 times per week. And that's a very common theming with a lot of these events. It's very once per day, 3 times per week. It's just like a common thing. And then finally, for the Tisk part of the event, we have another reskin of an event capping skill called Tong's Prayer. Again, all of these names may or may not be different in the English version compared to the Korean. But essentially, you just defeat monsters, you build up the skill gauge, and then once it procs, you get a big EXP injection. And again, same as last time, it's 30 times per day. You don't have to do all of the activations if you don't want to. It's literally just there for people that are grinding. Most of us are probably going to cap these out when we're farming for, what's it called? Soul Order, right? And soul fragments. So that'll happen eventually, but you don't have to worry about it too much. I'm probably going to do a couple procs on my hyper burning as well while we wait for 6 job to come out. And then the third part of the cycle, and this is where it gets crazy, dude. The 2 islands' power comes together for, get ready, the Identisk Festival. Holy, get it, dude? Identisk Island, Identisk, Identisk. Get it? Do you understand the name now? Holy, dude. Part of the Identisk Festival capping is basically, you'll see this is a reward track, which has 15 days, in which you need to kill 2,000 monsters per day to get your stamp. It's very, very simple. For me, that's essentially just going to be doing my dailies, and then I'm capped. But yeah, it's a very, very simple thing. There's some nice rewards in here as well. There's more nodes, EXP nodes, a mag growth potion, flames. There's some really cool stuff in here, and it'll be relatively simple to do. We then have the Identisk Island food storage. So this is a combo of both of the previous versions. So we have the ice monsters, the fire monsters, and then we also have the extra elite mob every 200 monsters. But we also have a new blessing called the Ancient God Blessing, which is every 300 monsters you get a 20-second EXP buff for some extra ultra giga like juice woohoo, you know, which is very, very pog. That will just proc every now and then, and you'll notice it when it happens. There's this like statue that will glow, and you'll go, oh wow, like very pog. And then for the mini game of the full island adventure, we have the sea otters and the land otters coming together on the island for the Identisk Hunting Adventure. This is like a party quest event in which we pick a class type, melee, ranged, or caster, and we can be a 3-man party to kill a set of monsters in a given time. Instead of cosmetics being rewards, again, along with EXP, we can get some medals, we can get some other cool stuff, and then just like these nice extra EXP tickets and stuff. It'd be very cool. But the one thing I would say is if you clear it 6 times, you get this really cute like little like otter like hat. Where he like sits on your head. So I definitely want that. Don't miss that one. It'll be like a little nice cute one to have. And then the final Identisk Island part is the reskin of the capping skill. This time it's just called Dance of the Sun and Moon. Same as the previous 2 versions. Just kill monsters in your level range to proc it. You get some nice EXP where you're grinding. So that's all of the Identisk style events out of the way. But there is one more in there that I haven't really spoke about yet. And that's because it's more of like a general like New Age event, not like Identisk. It's literally labeled as New Age, not Identisk. So I thought I'd put it at the end. And that's the Spiegelman 0 to 100 event. This is an event where you can get 7 characters from level 0, or like for a fresh character, all the way to level 100, super fast. And they get some like free gear, they get some other bits and bobs. Steve did a video on this. Where he got like level 0 to 200 in like 15 minutes or something, right? So once you do these characters to level 101, you can take them to the food storage and then get them to 200 super fast. You just need to make sure you have all your boosters ready, all that stuff. But even if you don't have boosters, this is a really good way to squeeze out some super free Legion, because that's essentially 7 200 characters for free. So if you're like a low starting off player, or if you've just done like moved over to Hyperion, the new reboot server, or if you don't have like 6k or 8k and there's a couple characters you absolutely hate, you don't want to do, this is perfect for you, that combo of Spiegelman 0 and food storage, because that will make grinding up those last few characters, or those first few characters, super simple, all the way to 200. Really good. Okay, and that's all, folks. This is, again, just a very brief rundown of these parts of the New Age event. I'll make some more in-depth stuff stuff on each of these when we get to the event. But I hope it helps bring up your knowledge a bit of the event in general. Can help you sort of plan what characters you want to do, if you want to make like a list for your 0 to 100s or 200s, and how you want to like interface with the minigames and stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hee hee XD, ooh woo oh oh, clap. Thank you very much.